What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, and we're back to finish the amazing and quite astounding to me as someone who is slightly less familiar with it than other symphonies in his catalog, the Third Symphony of Beethoven, the Eroica. Shout out to Dave, someone who's been commenting on a couple of the movements, and I think like classical reactions I've done like beyond just that one. But yeah, like his comments have really sort of informed the way I've gone through this piece, and it's like really brought a new appreciation to different parts. And I even like went back and rewatched some of the reactions with the time codes that he put into the comment in terms of just like noticing different themes. I went back and listened to the way that the second movement ends and the third movement begins, which is something he recommended. Really fantastic. So really appreciate you. Thank you for bringing your knowledge and perspective and sort of appreciation to the videos, which has already informed the way that I'm listening to some of this. So shout out to him, and shout out to other people who are here for these classical reactions. I've mentioned it before. Classical music I've been listening to literally longer than any other musical style. The only thing that would be close is like 80s synth pop, because my dad was listening to classical music and my sister and my mom were listening to a lot of like 80s synth pop and rock. So both of those things in my very earliest years of being old enough to, you know, pay attention and remember things, they were already in my sort of sonic landscape. So like I said, Beethoven is in one respect like my favorite composer. I mentioned it before, Dvorak and some other people are very much for me on the same level. Wolfgang Amadeus I would put there too, but like I said, I think as a first among equals, Beethoven's work is just the absolute cream of the crop for me. So let's get to it. This is the fourth movement of Ludwig van Beethoven's Third Symphony, the Eroica. This is the finale, which is an Allegro, Molto, poco andante, and a Presto. So lots of direction there. It's about 13 minutes long, so let's get to it. David did mention that the hero theme, which appeared in the first movement in various parts, ultimately is re-expressed here. He did even mention that there's like a piano work that Beethoven did that re-expressed the theme in a different idiom, and so he did mention that for him, and I fully agree, having listened to this, that, you know, despite the sort of historical connection to Napoleon and Beethoven's initial dedication and eventual rescinding of that dedication, the journey of this piece might be as much about Beethoven himself as anything else, and I really do feel that. So here we go. This is the fourth movement, the finale of Ludwig van Beethoven's Third Symphony, as conducted by Otto Klemperer and performed by the Philharmonia Orchestra. There's a dog barking outside. I can't control that. I apologize. To you and the late Beethoven. It's a bit of suspense. Waiting to see what the first real twist of this movement will be. I like that. And I love the modulation of the intensity of the strings there. And I don't know if that's, you know, Klemperer doing that in contrast to the way maybe some of the other people would conduct that part, but that really works. Maybe it's, you know, in the direction. felt triumphant there. Felt like marching up steps willingly and enthusiastically. Still sort of a sonic indication of the struggles or the journey that had to be taken to get to that triumph. Did it like double, dun 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 dun, and did that again, and then it like it really like flourished at the third line of that. Oh my God. I talked about before how we'll sort of like round the edges of intense parts and sort of drift into the next section, but the way it like drifted in, it was very like, you know, a little mysterious when it went into that next part. Complex sound to some of these moments where it's like, it's not fraught with peril, but there's a bit of like, a bit of tension, a bit of mystery. That extra one coming. And this is almost like playful, like very light, frolicky. But as soon as I say that, it's like the clouds gather a little. Symphony is just very like complex and dynamic. As I said, partly it's because I haven't mapped it out in the way I have the 7th. I've listened to the 7th like hundreds of times. This one, a half dozen at most, and most of those would have been years ago. Violin working its way to the top there was incredible. Recognition of what's been achieved is what feels the sentiment is here. My grammar of that sentence was poor. I apologize. A moment of the here say it was very soft and appreciative, but now it's again a little more grand. Celebration, appreciation, honoring, memorial of the hero. Rich. This part has the sound of the players like lightly talking to each other. Tension again, though. Worry about the future, maybe? Culmination, the coronation. Ending in a good place.